Foraging is more than likely the least leveled skill in Hypixel Skyblock. Not only is it toxic to grind, boring, makes no money, but Foraging 50 gives you nothing but Skyblock XP and a little bit of strength. With the Foraging update around the corner, it should be in everybody's interest to start and level up their Foraging levels to a respectable level to make sure that they're ready for whatever is needed for the new update. So that is why today we are here to give you a full comprehensive guide on everything Foraging, going over everything you would ever need to know. Before going into this video, we do quickly want to mention a giveaway that we have going on at the time of recording. As this is being uploaded, and more than likely months down the line from now, for every sub that we get per week, we will be giving away 100,000 coins. Which means if this week we go up 1,000 subs, we will be giving away 100 million coins. You don't have to be subscribed to enter, but it will increase the giveaway, so that is up to you. We would very much appreciate it, and the Discord is in the description, discord.gg/v1dd, and without wasting any more of your time, let's move into the video. Now, as always, we don't assume that when you're watching these videos, you're actually foraging 0, but we might as well go over everything. So, before stepping into the actual grind, you're going to want to grab yourself a Efficiency 5 Golden Axe. This is the main axe that we're going to be using for now, because unlike any other axe, you are actually able to instantly mine wood with Efficiency 5 as well as the Haste 3 potion effect, which you can get from the Haste potion, which is at Coal Collection 3, only 250. You just need an enchanted glowstone. Now you should quickly come over here, through and past this fountain and over to these wood piles right here. And you're going to be farming these until you are foraging 5. This will only take like a couple of minutes, probably 3 minutes max, especially if you can insta-break. And once you have foraging 5, you're going to want to follow this path all the way over until you find this portal to the park right here. The park is home to 5 different wood types, being birch, spruce, dark oak, acacia, and jungle. The 6 wood oak, which you just mined, is only available in the hub. We will go over which wood is the best in a bit for not only money, but also XP. You should always make sure that you're getting the most out of every foraging session, so these are crucial. I also do want to mention the Young Armor Dragon set, which is something you should be able to get very soon on your profile. This armor set costs about 2 million coins, maybe 2.5 million coins, and this will increase your speed cap all the way to 500, as well as just increase your speed in general. So if you have this, as well as a God Pot, which you should be using as well whenever you're foraging, you will be pretty much moving around at maximum speed, allowing you to move from one tree to the next very quickly. And finally, you should also get yourself a Jungle Axe. Now what the Jungle Axe is going to do is every 2 seconds you'll be able to use it and pretty much break a bunch of logs at once. So as you can see, it breaks a big cluster of logs and it has a 2-second cooldown. Now, since it does have a cooldown and it is slower than the Golden Axe, what you'll want to do is mine with your Golden Axe and then switch to your Jungle Axe every 2 seconds to get that one burst, use the ability, and then swap back to your Golden Axe. Another thing that you'll need to worry about is your pet. There are 2 pets that help out with foraging, and those would be the monkey and the ocelot. The ocelot will increase your foraging wisdom by up to 30%, which will increase your foraging XP, of course. And then the monkey will increase your foraging fortune by 60, which increases your chance to get more logs. The ocelot pet, you should aim for the epic rarity of the pet, because the legendary offers no extra benefits, and it costs more XP to level up, so you'll have an easier time leveling the epic one. And for the monkey, since this is the only mid-game, you should stick to something like a common or a higher, depending on the budget, as they can get really expensive for the legendary version. Now, there are 3 specific reforges that are used for wisdom on your axes, and those would be Lumberjack, Moil, and Toil. Lumberjack is obtainable through the blacksmith right here. He will reforge, you just gotta put it in here, and reforge till you get Lumberjack. You can get Moil over here from the smithmonger. He sells the Moil log for 50,000 coins, and then finally Toil, which is the best foraging reforge, is sold for 1 million coins. You buy the Toil log and you apply it. So, depending on what you can afford, you will want to apply one of these reforges to your axes. If you are just starting out, I would recommend Moil, which on a legendary axe will give you plus 3 wisdom. And then if you can spare the 1 million coins for the Toil reforge, you will gain plus 5 foraging wisdom on a legendary axe. So that is 5% less foraging that you have to do, which will actually save you a couple of hours when it really adds up. Okay, let's move out of the mid-game and just starting out with foraging and talk about endgame foraging. I know, very exciting. Now let's get the elephant out of the room and talk about the Treecapitator. And basically what the Treecapitator is the combined version of the Golden Axe and the Jungle Axe. It has the insta-breaking of the Golden Axe and the big radius block breaking effect of the Jungle Axe, with a higher rarity, so you get more wisdom off of the axe. Now, if you are going to be using a Treecapitator, which I do think you should be, as it's only 3 million coins, you are also going to want to recombobulate it for another 8 million coins, and then put Toil on it for 1 million. So all in all, it's going to cost you about 11 million, and it'll pretty much, like, double, triple, I don't know, I don't have an exact number, but compared to using these 2 axes, it'll change your life. Like, this is a must-have for foraging. Now, on top of the Treecapitator, you should have also bought a legendary monkey at this point, and what this will do is it will reduce the cooldown of your jungle axe or Treecapitator by 50%. So instead of every 2 seconds you can use the ability, it'll actually be used every 1 second. You can see it seems a lot faster, pretty much always using the ability, compared to the 2-second wait that it was before with any other pet, which I can't really demonstrate right now. But as you can see, like, that didn't go off. If I had the monkey pet, it would have went off. Now, the final form of foraging, and this is one of the options that you can do all the way to level 50, is called rod swapping. And what you're going to need for this is a monkey pet as well as an ocelot pet. And what you're going to do is you're going to set up 2 pet rules. Let me come over to the park really quick. What you're going to do is you're going to set up 2 pet rules. One is going to be whenever you throw a fishing hook, it is going to equip the monkey. And then whenever you gain foraging XP, it is going to equip the ocelot. And what you can do with this setup is actually break a log and then quickly swap to your monkey with the rod, and then break a log again. And what this will do is it will give you the cooldown of 1 second on your Treecapitator as well as the XP boost of the ocelot. So you can come around doing this like this. You get the 30% XP boost from the ocelot as well as the 1 second cooldown from the Treecapitator from the monkey pet. And this will be the best way that you can forage on a public island, is just coming around doing dark oak like I am right now. Now, another thing that we should mention is the Annihilation Cloak. This extremely expensive cloak has 2 variants, the Annihilation as mentioned, as well as the Destruction Cloak. And the difference that you may ask about is huge. The Destruction costs around 70 to 80 million coins and gives you 1 Foraging Wisdom, that's 1 extra percent, while the Annihilation Cloak costs about 150 million coins and will give you 2 Foraging Wisdom. That's 2% faster foraging. Now, this is very optional. I would never recommend this. You know, you do you can sell it back afterwards, but I just don't even think that it's worth buying. It's 2% faster. It will save you maybe an hour over the entire grind. So if that's worth it to you, then you can go ahead and buy it. But, you know, your call. Another thing to mention is the new Citrine Gemstone that you can now put on your Treecapitator, and what this will do is at the perfect variant for 24 million, it will give you plus 16 Foraging Fortune, so a total of plus 32 on your Treecapitator, and this will increase your fortune, which is your chance to get extra logs. Personally, I don't even think that this would make the money back. If it does, it'll be very minimal. That's up to you. Once again, it'll look pretty. It'll definitely look cool with the yellow Treecapitator, but I wouldn't really recommend getting them. And the final thing that I'm going to recommend that you actually do get is the blue but green Abbey case. This is a talisman, which will give you 1.5, oh, I almost bought it, which will give you 1.5 foraging wisdom whenever equipped. You can also sell this back if you already have a different Abbey case, but it's a nice little boost. 1.5, it's better than the Annihilation Cloak, and, you know, it's a talisman. So if you don't have this, you should buy it. And the final upgrade that you can make to your setup will be the Magic 8 Ball, which is a 1 billion coin talisman. And there is a 1 in 5 chance every season that you will get the Reply Hazy Try Again effect, which will give you 25 Foraging Fortune and 1 Foraging Wisdom. Just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything, so, you know, if you have it, you might want to factor that in. That's 1% more XP. Now that you have all the gear, let's move into the methods. First, we're going to start off with public island foraging. There's no specific way to do this rather than just running to each tree and breaking it, so we do have the rates for all of the different wood types, which are as follows. If you're doing oak in a private hub, you're going to get about 15,000 oak wood per hour and 505,000 foraging XP per hour. If you are foraging here in the park in the birch area, you will be getting around 14.2 thousand birch wood per hour, as well as 473,000 foraging XP per hour. If you choose to forage here in the spruce area, you'll be getting around 15.8 thousand spruce wood per hour and 524,000 foraging XP. If you are able to forage in the dark oak area, you will get 25,000 dark oak per hour and 838,000 foraging XP per hour. Acacia is going to give you about 21,000 wood per hour and 732,000 foraging XP. And finally, jungle is going to give you 17,000 wood per hour as well as 580,000 foraging XP per hour. The only issue with the method of just farming in the park is competition. Each wood type cannot really support more than one person being there for max efficiency. And thankfully though, there are a few foraging methods that take place solely on your private island. I think we will start off with mentioning the classic AFK method. Sadly, I cannot fully show you this method as I cannot take down my minions, but we can show you how it should look and what you need to set it up. You're going to need at least 30 tier 11 foraging minions. The type of wood doesn't matter as long as they are tier 11. 30 mithril infusions, a tier 5 beacon, a foraging crystal, 45 minion expanders, and 15 flycatchers. The source of fuel should be foul flesh, as they are the quickest fuel for specifically increasing minion speed. We have also linked a video in the description explaining why you should have 45 minion expanders and 15 flycatchers, as the placement is weird and it's kind of hard to explain, but this guy has explained it very well, so you can go and watch that if you are interested. So this sounds perfect, right? A fully AFK method for foraging. What could possibly be the downside? Doing this without any mare perks like Derpy will only give you 336,000 foraging XP per hour. In other words, this is 2.5 times slower than just doing manual dark oak foraging. So I'll leave this up to you if you want to max foraging this way, but I wouldn't fully recommend it. It is less effort though. And now going from the worst to the best method of foraging, let's talk about manual island foraging. Before going further into this, I do want to say that we did not make this farm ourselves, but rather it was created by Hypixel. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and his channel will be in the description along with the video explaining how this is built. And so, looking at this monstrosity that you can build on your island, this is actually the best foraging method in the game, believe it or not, with these lemons and this redstone. You need all of this set up like this. Using Hypixel as the source, the person whose island I am on right now, using his farm, as I did not do this method to foraging 50. He was getting 975,000 foraging XP per hour with this design. And again, that is with no mare buffs, no extra buffs, anything like that. Now, two more things to take into consideration with his rates are that he did not use an annihilation cloak, and he is also playing on 200 ping, which I would say makes it pretty fair to say that if you're playing on around 30 to 100 ping, that you can consistently get over a million XP an hour without Derpy. And that is pretty much it for foraging, currently the least developed skill in the game. But if you do want to max it, I would recommend doing that before the foraging update comes out so you are fully prepared. If you do have any questions, or if you have any sources or things we should link in the description, please do leave a comment and we will try our best to respond to every single one. Again, join the Discord, 100,000 coins per sub this week. You could be making millions, tens of dozens of billions of coins this week if everybody subscribes. So, tell your family, tell your friends, and we will see you soon.